Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to TRACKILICIOUS, and boy, do we have a fantastic event here for you all tonight. Absolutely filled to the brim here at TRACKILICIOUS. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Eric Ghoukasian, joined by the one and only Will Brunner. Will, wherever you are, over here. Hi, Will. How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic. When I joined the call here on our Discord, Will said, "Hey, Eric, you're going to be really excited." And he was absolutely right. I wasn't sure what he was talking about, but then I joined to see 19 GT3s and then another, 15, 17, 18 GT4s. This is going to be a fantastic multi-class race.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see a lot more traffic to manage this week, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to give these guys a lot more challenge when they're coming through and lapping.
I'm super stoked. Why don't we get right into the action? We'll go into the stream, the iRacings, and then have a look at what's going on. We have the GT3s already qualified in the first half of the quality session. 20 minutes, first 10 minutes for GT3, second 10 minutes for the GT4s. Cody Wassam topping the charts, getting that pole position. Joel Bandera, and then Christopher Admave, as he corrected me last week. Christopher, Chris comes to our track days in real life. So how hype is that? A real track day guy now in sim racing. Oh, and we lost Will. We've been having some technical issues, so I guess I'll keep going until Will joins us back. And there he is. Will, some funky stuff going on the comms there. And we can't hear him. So, yeah, we got Christopher Admave there in P3, Miguel Angel Celera in P4, Alex Hansen 5, Jordan Smith 6, Jack Shia in 7, Luciana Nobile in 8, Corey Young 9th, Josh Willis in 10th. Not a familiar position for him, usually a little bit farther up in the standings. Morgan Stringer in 11th, Kevin Bolland in 12th, the return, Chris Lovett in 13th, Zach Rust 14, Tyler Smith 15, Nathan Hutchison in 16, Barry Sessoms in 18, Muffet 19, Carlos Guzman in the 19th position. And we have the GT4s on the field now. And thank you so much, Tyler, for the sub. Really appreciate it. Huge. Gargling some water. Tim, how are you? How's everybody in chat? How's the LMUs going? As I see Will popping in and out of the channel here. Back for some action. Peter Hutchings on the top of the charts here. Hype Train. Tyler, thank you so much for the sub. Another Tyler. The Tyler sub train. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, not surprised to see Hutchings up at the top of the list in GT4s. He's pretty quick. But I would expect Jacob Cunningham to give him a nice fight tonight, and he's ready to go to have some more competition than he had last week, so that'll be exciting.
It will be exciting indeed, and there is 0.05 of a second, 0.05 of a second between the two. So yes, this will be absolutely exciting. Oh, hey, Bree. Welcome. How are you? Some Tyler to Tyler action in chat. How is everyone doing as we're watching Peter J. Hutchings put down some laps? I think I'm missing some paints. Still there, Will?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, Discord's being difficult tonight, but hopefully we've seen the last of that for now.
Yes, I do hope so. Trading paints, that's what that thing is called.
Yeah.
Get trading paints up here to make sure we're capturing all the goodness. Well,
absolutely. There's some fun stuff. I'm seeing decent number of Trackalicious number boards and panels on these cars, so excited to see that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Hopefully, we're not missing any. Yeah, Cunningham in P2 is indeed going to have a fight in his hands. These two are quite close to each other. 0.05 of a second, 57.39 for Hutchings, 57.44 for Cunningham. This is going to be fun. Joe Harkness, P3. Ooh. Cunningham going to the top.
Yep, that's a good lap from him. Puts him 0.2 clear. We'll see if any of the other... Oh, now we have somebody else popping up into much closer than previously. So, yeah, looking for a good fight, especially these two. You know, they're quick, but they could have some trouble if any of the Mustangs or similar get behind them and have that straight line speed advantage on them.
Mad love for Hutchings coming in fresh to the league and already having the Trackalicious banner on his car. Shout out to Peter Hutchings. Now rolling through the final sector, trying to best his time, trying to find, how much? 0.2 of a second, 1/4 of a second, 0.24 to try and top the charge for that pole position. Will Hutchings get it done? One of the last cars on track, going around the final corner of Parabolica and into the pits. Oh no, it doesn't happen.
Into the pits he goes. No more. Got to practice those pit entries. It's not an easy one here.
Absolutely. And
if, you know, that can break your race. You speed into the pits, you know, that black flag, that time penalty you're going to get, it's going to be really hard to recover from that, especially if you're in a close battle. So you really want to make sure you're taking the time to check those pit entry breaking points.
Well, it looks like we have 36 drivers on track, I believe. 31 that have qualified, 32 qualified.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this last car that's on track is actually on a lap or not. Maybe?
Not quite sure. Pork Chop, how you doing? It is indeed the racing of the eye. Carlos Guzman, welcome back. We missed you too, buddy. Where have you been? What have you been up to? Tyler saying he was hoping for some ACC. Tyler, you know what our schedule is. You commentate on half of them. You know what we do.
And across the line we go. Does he set a time? No time. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with him coming through the field, because Jose was really fast in practice. He was pretty close with Cunningham, so I'd expect him to have some speed in the race.
Well, why don't we do a very quick grid walk here before things get jumbled up? In P1, Cody Wassam, Joel Bandera, P2, Christopher Admave in P3, Miguel Angel Sierra, really, if you want to double L the Spanish, Alex Hansen, P5, Jordan Smith, P6, Jack Shia, P7, Luciano Nobile, P8, Corey Young, 9, Willis, 10, Morgan Stringer, P11. Kevin Ballin, 12. Chris Love at 13. Zach Russ, 14. Tyler Smith, 15. Nathan Hutchison, 16. Barry Sessoms, 17. Justin Moffitt, 18. And to round off the GT3s, Guzman in 19. Unless you count Jakob White, who may or may not be on the field, down in P32 and P20th of the GT3 class. In the GT4s, Jacob Cunningham in P1, Hutchings P2, Pico P3, Joe Harkness P4, Corey Fortner P5, Sam King in P6, Ryan Eason 7, Anthony Camacho, the Macho Camacho in P8, Michael Campbell in P9, Chris Capelli in P10, James Martin in 11, Colin Smith 12, 13, Jose Guerra, Kelly McQueen the 4th in P13, I believe it is, 14, and Aiden Craig in 15. And there you have a very, very large grade of cars, Will Brunner.
This is going to be fantastic. Those GT3s are going to have a fight on their hands with the GT4s. But, of course, it's Monza. They all have to make it through turn 1, right? That's the big deal here. You gotta survive turn 1.
Monsieur Carbo, bienvenue. Mr. Crow, welcome. And Alex, thank you so much for the hydrate. I did take advantage of that hydrate. And Mr. Brunner, if you would like to put the GT4 on the picture-in-picture, we'll get both of those starts and not miss anything in this iRacing fun.
Is where I am.
All right, I gotcha. Oh no, computer, behave. All right,
it's got to deal with a lot of cars, so here we go.
Let's hope we don't get too crazy here. All right, let's get your picture-in-picture going. Nice. Got you on the GT4s and got me on the GT3s.
Yeah, I guess, you know, for this track, like I said, turn 1's a big deal, but sometimes people forget, you know, turn 2 also can be, because, or second chicane can be, because sometimes you have a, okay, we all got through turn 1, we're clean, great, send it, and then the second chicane here can turn into chaos because of that.
Yeah.
So let's hope we got a nice clean one.
After turn 1 does come turn 2, and you are correct, most people forget about it. But we come around the final corner of Parabolica here. The GT3s lined up side by side. We have Cody Wassam just absolutely gunning it, dropping Bandera and Christopher Admave, sorry, Christopher. And look at that start. Wassam absolutely flying on the start.
Here in GT4, we're already 3 wide as the Mercedes has a big mid-range pull on Jacob Cunningham. Maybe not an outright qualifying pace, but right now that mid-range was enough to get him alongside, but not enough for the braking zone. Cunningham retains the spot, however Hutchins dropped down to 3rd. Can he bring it back? Ooh, he gets in the grass and gets a little sideways on power. He keeps it, but not without a little bit of drama there.
Unfortunately, we see the likes of Miguel Angel Sayera going all the way to the back with a spin on T1. That chicane catching him out pretty poorly, but the one that is absolutely flying, Cody Wassam, now has somewhere in the order of 2 seconds of a gap between himself and everybody else, while you have Bandera and Christopher Admave and Alex Hansen all fighting for that P2 battle.
Back here in GT4, Hutchins has made the move to get P2 back. There was a really nice side-by-side down through the second chicane. Hutchins got way up on 2 wheels, but they managed to keep it nice and clean, and he made the move in Cosmo 1. However, all that little battle there dropped him about 1.5 seconds off of Cunningham. Nothing too crazy, but he's got his work cut out for him to get back to it.
Got quite a few cars close to each other here. Looks like the likes of Morgan Stringer being chased down by Chris Lovett. Chris Lovett only 3/10 behind. Lots of battles. Luciano Mobile here, and Josh Willis and Jack Shia all really close. Willis going side by side on the outside of T1 here, getting a great run as you do at Monza. On the outside, Josh manages, goes a little wide, giving the number 6 McLaren of Luciano Nobile a bit of an opportunity. Luciano now tucking behind Josh Willis, makes the move, and that is Josh Willis up into P6.
Meanwhile, back in the GT4s, it's kind of straightened out a little bit. Not as many battles right this second. However, I can in fact confirm that Jakob White is currently moving through the GT4 field in his 296. So he is in the field and could be a factor later in the race.
White has shown some incredible performances through the years. Now a college student, has learned patience through the seasons, something we love to see.
Ooh, that was a big one back to GT4. Let's see who that was. Looks like we had an incident between Anthony Camacho and Joe Harkness. Camacho ran a little bit deep, and then Harkness had a better run and just slid into the side of him, and they both spun around. Not a big one, but a little bit of an incident there. Drops Harkness down to the back of the GT4 field.
That is unfortunate for Mr. Harkness. Looking back at the GT3 field, we have the likes of Nathan Hutchison chasing down Kevin Bolland, the Brit, racing with us here at TRACKILICIOUS in the obscene hours of the night. Over on the other side of the pond, under immense pressure in the Porsche, the Mercedes tucked right behind. We all know that Mercedes has incredible straight line speed, but Bolland managing to keep that 9th place position, with Nathan tucking behind, now under pressure from Morgan Stringer and Corey Young behind. What an incredible grid of drivers here.
Absolutely, this has been a great start to the race. Really clean, especially for Monza. You know, you do expect to see those incidents sometimes, but so far so good. And right now, in the GT4s, we've got Brian Easton on the back of Samuel King in that Aston, looking to try and get by the Porsche, but nothing doing into the first chicane, and actually lost a little bit of time through there.
Alrighty, we're kind of walking away from picture-in-picture here, and I'm gonna give you some screen to watch here with me, Will. And welcome to the stream, Real Tactics. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is going well, and we're having some excitement, some fun. GT3, GT4, 35, 36 cars on the grid. Absolutely fantastic. And immense battles all over. Race started, 60-minute race to answer whose question? Someone asked earlier. Nija's question a little earlier. And look at that line of cars. Pressure upon pressure upon pressure. One of the things people really have to pay attention to is that the likes of Nathan Hutchinson, for example, you got a lot to worry about ahead of you, but if you make a single mistake trying to make a move, you might risk losing a position, if not many, many more, with how tight these battles are.
Oh yeah, that they have not strung out much at all. That's a very nice move down. Ooh, that's a little bit of gravel. That's not going to quite work out for you.
Bolland's patience working out in his favor, manages to keep the position. Absolutely fantastic little battle here. And as we were saying, Nathan Hutchinson now under pressure and losing out that position. No, not quite. That the Aston of Morgan Stringer deciding better to have a bit of patience, wait for the right moment to strike, and it's not quite right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, down into turn one, we saw Michael Pacheco looking to the outside of Hutchinson, but he defended well and has retained the position so far. which is going to be music to Jacob Cunningham's ears. As they continue to battle, he can pull a little bit of time on them.
Oh,
yeah, that gap's now, it's almost 2.5 seconds.
How did Cunningham get ahead? I don't remember that. Oh, he was ahead. He got pole position in the last minute, didn't he?
Yeah, he snuck in pole right at the last lap and has run away so far.
Oh, Tadix from Germany. Hello, mein Freund. Wie geht's? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the stream here. Immense battles all around. As Will was saying, 3 seconds nearly building up between Cunningham and the battle for P2 between Peter Hutchings and Mike Pico.
Yeah, I think Pico's doing a good job of using the straight line advantage that the Mercedes has over the BMW. You know, that BMW has some pretty solid mid-range, but it's got the schnoz. It slows it down a bit.
As a fellow person of gifted schnoz, I greatly appreciate the geometry of that beautiful Mercedes. Absolutely fantastic. In the back here, another battle building up between Ryan Easton, Samuel King, and Jose Guerra. Ryan Easton under a lot of pressure here with a GT3 coming out. Might throw a wrench into the operations, but not quite. Easton getting a clean entry into T1 and out of T2. But does have the likes of Samuel King and Jose Guerra right behind him.
Yeah, just looking back a couple laps ago, it looks like it was a... let's see, where did that pass actually occur?
We got
Ryan needs some minutes move into the final corner to get that position off Samuel King, and I think some of that battling helped Jose Guerra get into the mix with them.
Got battles upon battles upon battles. Look like Luciano Nobile under immense pressure from Jack Shia. Just behind Josh Willis, just ahead, and just ahead of that, Christopher Admaven, P3, dropping down to P5 now, losing 2 spots. Jordan Smith ahead, Alex Hansen ahead of that, both having gained 2 positions each at Christopher Admaven's expense.
That looked a little tricky going out down into turn 1 between Kevin Bolland and Morgan Stringer. A little bit of a touch and a little bit of a wiggle, but everybody survived to race another day.
Speaking about surviving and racing another day, we have Barry Sessoms under immense pressure from Justin Moffitt. I know these two are in the same chat channel. All that Lego love on the car of Tyler Smith up ahead. So Sessoms looking ahead at Tyler Smith and behind at Justin Moffitt in a sandwich of battles. No difference of machinery between the two Mercedes cars there in P16 and 17, but Tyler Smith and the Porsche having the advantage right now. But we'll have to see if that is something that Barry or Tyler is able to maintain. Jakob White, having had made his way through the GT4s now, is somewhere in the order of 10 seconds behind the rest of the field. And while that may be a relatively large number, he is lapping about a second, half a second to a second a lap faster than 3 or 4 ahead of him. Half a second a lap faster than the 3 or 4 ahead of him, which is still not that much, but 20 laps to catch up.
Absolutely, and I would expect that him to continue to consistently reel them in and then start to make some headway on the rest of the field.
Oh no!
Oh, and around goes Admave.
I don't know if that's something you could pull up in the replay. If you can, we'll pop that up there. Will, let us know when you're ready. Unfortunate for Admave. Now, Cunningham getting caught in the mix as well. Nope, that's just my timing chart getting confused.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
Alrighty, let's pop up that picture-in-picture, and we are live in the picture-in-picture.
Oh, so it was not him initially. It looks like... Yeah, let's see that. That looks like Alex Hansen getting into a little bit with... Is that Jordan Smith? Yes, it is. Going down into T1, just didn't quite leave enough space on the inside. Then when he spun the wheels up trying to get going again, it caused contact with that Mave, unfortunately, who was just trying to get through.
That is absolutely unfortunate.
Yeah, tough one there. Really didn't do anything wrong, but that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. That's going to be a big benefit to Josh Willis, though. That's at least 2 places that he picks up from that contact.
Well, we got one person sitting pretty, and that is the likes of Cody Wassums. Having said that, we are getting into a zone of overtaking GT4s. Makes it through relatively safely on the first one and hoping for some trouble for the likes of Joel Bandera just behind. 13 minutes into the session, another 47 to go, and there is loads of racing, ladies and gentlemen, left here in the field. And the one person who is the most under pressure with that is the likes of Alex Hansen, with Jack Shia and the Audi right behind.
Alex Hansen's probably got a little bit of damage from that contact. Don't know how much, but anything to the front end of a car here is going to hurt with the speeds that you're doing. So Jack Shia will be happy about that, given the Audi's not known for its top speed to begin with.
Jack will need to find some consistency to find the mistake from Hansen to make up that position. Currently in P7, having started in P7, will need some magic to take over that position from the likes of Alex Hansen, who started in P5 and is now in P6. And that group, look at that group, so freaking close. Josh Willis, Luciano Nobile, Alex Hansen, Jack Shia, Nate Hutchison, all within, what, 2 seconds of each other is absolutely nuts.
Very tight on the intervals on timing. Back in GT4, Jacob Cunningham's, at this point, I would say, maintaining that gap at around 3 seconds, it looks like. But Pacheco's not giving up on Hutchins. He's close. And that's going to be tricky when the GT3s get to them. They're going to find a couple little packs within the GT4 field that are going to be trickier than the solo cars.
That's definitely something we need to keep an eye on as the two continue to battle. What traffic giveth, oftentimes traffic taketh away. But if it giveth and taketh in the wrong positions, that could be a position swap for the likes of Hutchings and Mike Pico in P3, both trying to chase down the likes of Jacob Cunningham. Now, Will, if you were in this position, would you ever consider giving it a little bit of the old NASCAR bump draft to get closer to Cunningham?
It's definitely something I've considered. It's honestly something I've done, depending on the track. It can be useful, especially if you really... You know, in this situation right here, as we're watching Pacheco close up on the back of Hutchins, he's got the faster car. If he can push Hutchins to be faster in the spots that Hutchins is slower than him, that could help move both of them closer. But you also run the risk of messing it up, and, you know, that's an uncomfy one.
Yeah. Well, these two continuing to battle. Really, really tight. 3/10 between them. Let's go look at Moffitt. And Who else do we have here? It is Barry Sessoms. Our timing
I believe
charts.
he's moved up the grid a few spots. Ooh, what happened to Jack Shore? I'm seeing a meatball for him.
Yep, I see that too here. What is going on?
Let me try and find it. Looks like it dropped out of my replay at that point, potentially.
We do have more battles building up. Chris Lovett, Zach Rust, Barry Sessoms in a group here, passing some GT4s. We haven't seen anything crazy just yet. Is Pico side by side with Hutchings going into T1. Pico on the outside of the right-hander. And now on the inside to the left, Pico gets a great exit. A bit ahead. Is this the opportunity for Pico to make up that spot? Now having the inside line into T2. Will this be the opportunity that Pico, the outside line for T2, the inside line for T3. That was Curve Grande. Will this be the time that he makes it through? Another chicane, Hutchings.
Ooh.
What a move.
Very well defended. Excellent defending there. To hold on to that on the outside through the first part, then get the advantage through the second part. That is very nicely done by Hutchings.
Great racing, great respect between these two. Love to see it. Fantastic job, Brian. Welcome to chat, Brian. How are you doing, Brian?
And they're soon gonna get GT3 traffic coming up to play. But it looks like Joel Banderas may be closing in on Wassam a bit. Maybe the traffic's having a bit of play here right now.
That is a 1.3 second difference between Bandera and Wassam, which is indeed closing down. Absolutely fantastic. And are they coming up on the likes of Pico and Hutchings? They are. Here come the GT3s into this battle. I would probably like to stay here to see what happens here with an abundance of GT3s coming to interfere with this GT4 battle. The lovely, lovely art of multi-class racing.
This will be quite exciting to see how these GT3s handle this. So far they've had relatively easy pickings of solo GT4s, but this is not that. Especially if anything happens that slows down Hutchings and Pacheco can get another shot at getting close to him.
Here they come. Odie being patient.
He's being patient, but it's going to cost him a little bit of time, and it looks like Bandera might be able to just carry speed through Lesmo 2 and get both of them down into Scari. That'll be another little bit more time given away by Wassam.
Absolutely. Now what's going to happen here? Bandera coming up on the BMW might lose time. This might be where traffic taketh away for Bandera. Pico seems like he lost big time. Way behind Hutchings now.
Yeah, he's lost better part of 2 seconds from all that. That's the way it happens sometimes, but that's surprising to see that much time that quickly. Nothing really looked that bad. You know, it all looked pretty standard. After on the other side of it, clearly it was pretty bad for him.
I do agree with you. I didn't see anything quite unique or interfering between the two, but looks like Pico did lose out quite a bit between Hutchings, now 1.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, that's a big loss for seeing no real side-by-side action per se, all just front and back, but there we are. As Josh now flashing the lights as he gets close to the back of Pacheco going through the second chicane. I'm sure he's feeling the heat from behind and wanting to make sure that he can get clear as possible from Jordan Smith.
We got a trackside reporter coming in. 40 minutes of damage. Wait, don't we have quick repairs on?
We do. Unless it's unless you do it twice and then you get one, but if you do it a second time, well, that's the end of that.
J-Mart, which car are you? I mean, which driver are you, I guess, is the more accurate question. James Martin. Oh, that's unfortunate, James. Sorry to hear that.
And open into the first corner. Looks like he might have just outbraked himself a little bit.
Back on the track, though. It's some more...
Yep, no harm, no foul. Looks like we've got some early hitters in GT3, probably about on the limit of when they can make it, as we see Corey Young in the pits, as well as Tyler Smith is still there. Alex Hansen has already pit and just overtook him, as has Jack Shia. So starting to see pits coming in. This is on the early side, but likely can make it from here.
Yeah, not quite halfway, but almost. We have a livery deep dive requested for Colin Smith, the student driver. Please be patient up front. Does anybody remember what the free cam button is in iRacing?
F12.
Let's see.
Maybe it's shift F12?
I think there, yeah, it's a combination. That's not it. That's not it. Oops. Oh. Well, none of those.
Well, it looks like we've got Nate Hutchison catching Luciano Nobile, as they're also catching up to Jacob Cunningham, who's now, wow, 10 seconds up the road now. So he's really benefited from this first round of GT3 lappery. That is, he's really managed to extend his lead from that, which is very well done to him.
What are we looking at here? Ooh, an 8-second delta. That's wild.
Yeah.
Jakob White making quick work of Justin Moffett. White now up into P11. Chris Lovett.
Justin Moffett doesn't look like he wants to give this up yet. He's really making him work for it.
Luciano ahead of Nathan Hutchison. So close.
Yeah, it seems like each lap, each time I check back in with those two, Hutchison is slowly closing that gap in spite of that damage. I'd expect him to see him into the pits relatively soon, though, and try and fix that car, because if he's this close now, if he uses the fast repair to repair that nose, I'd expect him to be able to make some headway with that repair completed.
Getting a couple of suggestions for free cam. Shift F9, Alt F4, loads of combinations. So Corey Young, the highest position of the pitters. Cody Wassam still leading the race. Does he have fastest lap? I believe he does. Wow, by at least...
He does not. Not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Joel Bandera with the fastest lap with a 147.713 to Cody Wassam's 147.737. So we're talking 200ths of a second at this point.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Joel has it right now.
Yep, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
That looks good. Abs a cluster on the front straight there. Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of... Looks like we've got a couple GT3s that are all close together. We've got Cunningham lapping a GT4. Is that a... It's like...
That's just rude.
yeah, that's a pit cycle thing. Okay. Corey Fortner is already pit. Look through, see if there's any... See if anybody's real close right now. Jose Guerra might be closing up on the back of Pacheco right now.
Marshy Mello over on the YouTubes. Hello, how are you doing? How are things going in the world of YouTubes? Josh Willis under pressure from Jordan Smith now. Looks like Smith decides to pit.
Yep. Both Smith and Bandera are currently in the pits. Similar time frame. Hutchison also has come into the pits. So, starting to see that cycle come through. See how overcut versus undercut works. I don't think anybody will be taking tires here. Monza's not really a particularly high degradation circuit, so you're probably looking at retaining those because the time you're going to lose from cold tires is not going to make up, or is going to be more than what you'll gain from having fresher tires.
Some battles still happening. White walking away from Lovett. Jakob White now up into P5 of the non-pitters. They're not quite sure where he's gonna end up.
Yeah, we'll see. Looking down at some of those pits, though. Oh, maybe that time is not accurate. I was gonna say I'm looking at 5 for Jordan Smith, 42 for Corey Young, 35 for Nate Hutchison, but then only 6 seconds for Barry Sessom, so maybe not.
Yeah,
but we see Cody Wassam and Josh Willis both in the pits now. As is Jakob White, as is Chris Lovett.
Yeah, we got only 2 remaining to pit, which are the likes of Luciano Nobile and Kevin Bolland. Interesting to see what the outcome of the strategy is by the 2 drivers.
Yeah, I would expect they'll probably need to come in within this next lap. Not going to go too much farther on 65% fuel. Or, yeah, 65.
Interestingly enough, out of the pitters, Cody Wassam still leading. Josh Willis has come out P2 of the pitted cars, 12 seconds behind Wassam. Where are the likes of Bandera? And who else was battling for P1 there? Or P2, I should say.
I'm seeing Bandera still. He's dropping down through the GT4 field currently. So maybe he had an issue in the pits? I'm not entirely sure.
That is very odd. Cody Wassam still sitting pretty. Nate Hutchison, though, chasing down the likes of Corey Young. Less than a second between them. And 35 minutes in, 25 to go. Well, I'm going to step away for a second, and I'll have you take over the comm.
All right. Oh. At the moment, it looks like everybody's pitted now, so we can kind of get a rough idea that Cody Wassam's retained the lead through all of it. We're looking at Luciano Nobile in second now, with Josh Willis right with him in third. Jordan Smith retained fourth, and Corey Young came out fifth. So honestly, not too much shakeup there in the running order on the whole through the pit cycle, other than Joel Bandera, that we're not really sure may or may not have actually dropped out at this stage. But let's see if there's anything. Well, we've got Nate Hutchinson close is about all we've got right now. But I would surely expect that staggered unwind. No, actually, back in GT4, we've got Jose Guerra and Michael Pacheco are still quite close. Although most of GT4 actually has not hit yet. None of the top 6 in GT4 have stopped. Which I would expect they'll be coming up on that pretty soon. Can't imagine they'll go too much longer. Unless that's narrow out my timing. No, it's not, as we see Michael Pacheco and Peter Hutchings. Both are currently in the pits. So as those two stop, Jacob Cunningham continues on. His lead is now up to 18 seconds, so that's a pretty sizable lead at this stage. That may come down a little when pit cycle works itself out, but... And right now we've got a... Jordan Smith is all over the back of Luciano Nobile. And Josh Willis is through. How did that happen? Ooh, Jordan Smith with the bounce to the right, the flash of the lights, trying to just get in Luciano's head, maybe make him think he's going to go for the move. Scare him, maybe he'll miss his breaking point. But Luciano unfazed for the moment. However, now it really looks like that Mercedes straight line speed's coming into play. Do that. That's a bad time.
What's really interesting here is the Josh making his way up 10 positions into P2. How did he manage that?
He's just been quietly plugging away, clearly making moves where he needs to. As Jordan Smith looks again on the inside, oh, there's a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact between the two, but neither has any major car movement as a result of it. So we're away clean to continue that battle on.
Sorry.
Last lap looks like Josh was the quicker of the top 3, and then Jordan was quicker than all the top 3 in 4th. So that top 3 looks like there may be more to happen than just this battle, which is continuing on as Luciano got slowed up a little bit on the exit of the Ascari by the GT4, and Jordan Smith has pounced. He's gonna try and go the long way around the outside, but when there's a little bit of contact and Jordan Smith finds the inside wall. Oh, that's not the way that we wanted to see that one end. And Jordan Smith's back into the pits a second time. That's brutal.
That's really, really unfortunate. I thought they were both doing a pretty good job, and the slightest contact just not working in Jordan's favor, unfortunately.
Yeah, it sounds like from the onboard, Luciano picked up the throttle and just got a little bit understeer and pushed him wide. And he tried to get back out of it, but the damage was done already.
Corey Young and Nathan Hutchison fighting for that P3, or P4, I should say. Both in a Mercedes.
Very nice move down to the exit, but then is balked on the exit of the chicane by the GT4 and loses the spot back. Oh, that hurts. That is so brutal when you go for that move. You make that move, you go, yes, I made it. It's stuck, and then you can't get back on it because that GT4 is there, and then the other car is able to get back by you. Just, okay, gotta find it again. Gotta different spot this time because now they expect it there. Meanwhile, in the last couple of laps, it looks like basically all of the GT4s made their pit stops. All in the lap 19 and 20 range. And all pretty similar time, all between 44 and 47 seconds for the top 5, so no major movement there.
44.
Yeah, the GT4s probably are taking a little more fuel. Or no, they would be taking less. Not sure.
Oh, you're talking about the pit stops. I was like, I don't see anyone running 144s.
Oh, you thought it meant time. No, it's not time. Just looking back to see if anybody took any longer. Maybe Samuel King maybe took tires?
Hutchison with the move and sticks it, and that is P4 for Nathan Hutchison. 24 laps into the race.
It's a very, very nice move. Got nice draft to get alongside, and then just clean on the brakes. Needed to give a little bit of space, but did nicely to get to both apexes. Oh, but again, that oversteer on exit loses out the spot. Like, oh, that hurts. Making that move in that spot multiple times and just not having it stick.
No, Hutchison's ahead. He stayed ahead.
I think did it go back and forth multiple times on the lap? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. So he had it and then he had to redo it in the chicane. My bad. A little confusing there.
Still the closest battle on track. Cars around, not too far.
Oh, you know what? Looks like Luciano might be catching up to Josh Willis a little bit there.
15 minutes.
Super close. Not super close yet, but he is closing.
15 minutes to go. 1.6 seconds to make up.
It's not nothing, but it's certainly doable. And it looks like as well, at this point after the pit cycle, Jakob White has made it up to 7th place. So from starting at the very back of the field to 7th so far, that's very good going for his part.
Well, traffic not working in Josh's favor. Gap's now down to 1.3 seconds for that P2 spot.
Yeah, side by side into Lesmo 1 is not how you want to be doing it. No choice, but still not the way you want it to go.
Hearing that turbo discharge of the BMW ahead.
Yeah, you have to love the noises turbo cars make.
Let's have a look. Why don't we go in car with the likes of He's right there, Will. He's right there within reach. Just a second between Josh and Luciano.
Well, once he starts to get into that little second range there, you start to get into the draft and you start to gain a little bit more. So that battle looks like it's coming to him. Josh is gonna, thankfully for him, get this GT4 on the straight. I think there might be another one ahead of them though. Not super close.
Ooh, is he gonna go for this move or not?
Yeah, he is. He was definitely compromised though.
Yeah, that's 0.2 of a second. Absolutely sends it.
Yeah. But that's the way it goes.
What's interesting is it looks like the pit lap for Josh and Luciano. It looks like Luciano hit it earlier.
I'm seeing 18 for Josh and 19 for Luciano.
Yeah, is one lap of difference gonna make it? Oh my goodness, Josh gets stuck so far behind the likes of, I think that's Peter Hutchings, and that is not gonna be something that he's gonna be too happy about. And Hutchings isn't someone you want to mess with going into a corner, so it is in Luciano's best interest to get by as quickly as possible as he did there. Oh,
it's the other GT4. Oh, what was that? Well, it makes quick work, but again, just not quite catching the brakes. You know, Josh has had a few, but none of them have seemed to have hurt him quite as badly.
As we keep saying, what traffic giveth, traffic taketh away. And Luciano still 1.2 seconds behind Josh Willis.
But you know, if you've been in one of the big endurance races or even something like this, it never feels like it gives you anything back. It always feels like it just takes.
Yep.
True, that may or may not be.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the feeling. I think Luciano has the speed though, because he does fall behind in traffic, but does seem to keep making that distance up.
I would tend to agree. It does seem like our long pace is there. It's just a matter of getting a clear run for long enough to do so. Now it does kind of look like they've got Cunningham, who they're going to catch within the next lap or two, and then they should get a couple laps of clear track. There's a pretty decent gap between Cunningham and the next GT4 car, who's probably 30-40 seconds up the road. What I'm looking at as well is Jakob White just reset his fastest lap, it looks like, with a 147.9 to Kevin Bolland's 149.9, and that gap is very tight. I'm going to guess there's going to be an overtake very soon between Jakob White on Kevin Bolland. Well, he just caught Hutchings and Lesmo once. That's not going to help that, but still, it looks like that's probably pretty close to happening at this stage.
Well, my timing chart just said that Brad Sievers passed Will Brunner for P36, and then Will Brunner passed Brad Sievers for 36.
Strange. Neither of us have been in this race.
That being said, that's hilarious. Alex Hansen, DNF in chat. That sucks, Alex. Really, really unfortunate. Sad to see you having you off the grid there. Off the track there. Oh, the battle getting heated with Nobile going on the outside. Josh on the inside going into T1. The sun's setting. And the battle is getting real here. A bit of a bump. That is unfortunate. And my computer also unfortunate. But welcome, Cooney V Bit. Hope you're doing well. Brian, thank you so much for the sub. Really, really appreciate the support. Subscribe for 6 months. Well, that's almost a year.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, we've seen Jakob White is now right on the tail of Kevin Bolland. He was much quicker in the entry to the second chicane. Oh, is that a flash of the lights? I believe it was. Trying to get in Kevin Bolland's head a little bit, try and make this overtake just a bit easier for him if he can. They run through Lesmo to Jakob White. Very close on the back of that 992.
And if you want to stream that for me, well, we can cover that, and we can cover the battle between Josh Willis and Luciano Nobile. These two battles, closest battle on track, battle for P2, and the battle for P6. Both live.
Yep.
Almost an hour, 53 minutes into the race here. And what a battle for these two. These four, I should say.
Sorry. And he's by as I clicked the wrong button. Well, we can go back and rewatch that.
We'll put that up in the picture-in-picture when you're ready. This battle for P2, though, is still quite live, and we are live for your picture-in-picture. Also, welcome Drexen Gaming. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow. Are you an iRacer, sim racer extraordinaire as well?
And yep, just pretty standard. Got the draft up the inside into the final corner, and on he moves in P6 as he's overtaking the GT4 leader, Jacob Cunningham, who's just absolutely smashing it right now.
Both our leaders have done a fantastic job through the race.
They've both had just quiet, consistent runs to where they are. Doing really well to just bang out the laps, no drama, no fuss, no nothing, just keep it safe and keep it going. As we're getting in down here to 5 minutes to go. With that said, though, with 5 minutes to go, Jakob White is about 1.5 to 2 seconds back from Corey Young. Maybe wondering if he can get another place here before the end of the race.
Oh, he's for sure wondering that. I know Jakob. He is gunning as hard as he can to try and get that position. That's exactly something that Luciano is doing to try and get that spot. The Argentinian in P3, looking at P2, tucking right behind the big old BMW M4 of Josh Willis. Josh tucking in on the inside for T1 into the chicane. Luciano not really having much to say about that, and will have to live to fight another day.
He's disappointed to see that GT4 traffic where he's seeing it, because it's not gonna, definitely not gonna be to his advantage. It might be to his disadvantage here. He's gonna be clear into the corner, but he didn't actually get to open it up as much as he might have wanted to, so not gonna be too happy to see that.
Fortunately for him, there's some more GT4 traffic coming up. Josh trying to break the draft a bit there into the corner.
Ooh, and he was definitely compromised on exit there. He had to really rip it back to the right to get clear of that GT4, and Luciano was able to carry the speed.
Not quite enough to be side by side though, but that is a compromised entry into the Lesmos. Or I'm sorry, not Lesmos.
Ascari.
Ascari, that's what it is. Many Italian names, not all in the right order, unfortunately for me.
Oh, as they've got that GT4 that kind of compromises them both, so not really advantage either way on that one.
Oh, what? Wait, what? No!
Did he mess up his fuel?
No! In the words of Ja Rule from Fast and Furious, Monica!
I don't know, I can't see it now. I'm curious if that was just, if he took a little bit less fuel on his stop maybe, and that was, well, I would guess that he did, given where he ended up.
No, what an immense battle.
He really looked like he had the speed, he just needed to find the way through, and there goes that.
There goes that indeed. That is really unfortunate. But Jakob White now on the main screen, chasing down the likes of Corey Young, now down to 0.2 of a second with likely a lap and a bit to go. Looking on the inside, not quite there. Of Lesmo to Jakob tucking in behind the Mercedes, trying to get that draft. Well, how does the Ferrari not known in ACC at least to have the best top speed versus the Mercedes, but I presume somewhat similar in iRacing, Will?
Absolutely. The Mercedes is definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest on top end. I know I certainly was going nuts last season. Anytime I had to battle the Mercedes with the Corvette. Not so much on that top speed, but the Mercedes really could walk away if it wanted to sometimes.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Yeah, he's gonna have his work cut out for him, that 296, to make that move. Oh, another one!
Oh no! Corey Young pulling off another Monica.
No! Oh, that is painful. Ooh, let's look at this. So, oh, you know what? Corey Young was an early stopper for sure. He only did 13 laps on his first stint. So, he definitely tried to... he tried to stop early and maybe stopped just a lap too early to make it work.
Oh goodness.
See. Yeah. 42 seconds, box for 21 for him. And then yeah, looking at Luciano. Luciano was in the box for 19 seconds. And every other car I'm looking at is between 22 and, well, most of them are at 22. I see one at 26. So he definitely just underfueled that looking at these numbers here.
How unfortunate. Time having ticked down, we follow the likes of Cody Wassam to the finish. Absolutely fantastic race. Clean all the way through. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for the likes of Cody Wassam, winning here at Monza.
Yep, looking back to Jacob Cunningham leading the GT4s. We're getting real close, although just notice right in front of that, there's a potential move on for 9th place here, coming towards the line. Jack Shia is really right up on the back of that Mercedes. Now that's tough in the R8, but oh, around the outside, Jack Shia looking for 9th position on, who is that?
Wait.
On Chris Lovett, but no, he doesn't have it.
He ran out of fuel.
Oh, another. Oh, and right behind him, Jacob Cunningham crosses the line to win GT4. What a great drive. What a great drive by Jacob Cunningham. fantastic stuff. And now we're looking here at P2 with Peter Hutchins coming home in second place in GT4. Solid drive as well. Kept that gap really at 10-ish seconds. So, you know, that's got to be a what could have been for him, right? You know, if he doesn't get into that knockdown, drag out fight with Michael Pacheco for the first, 10, 15 minutes of the race, maybe he's got a chance to stick with Cunningham for longer. Who knows? But flashing the lights as we look back at everybody else continuing to cross the line now, finishing up their respective races.
I mean, regardless, it had excitement all over the place. That was fantastic to watch. And well, we're getting ready to go back into the studio here.
Yep.
Wow, what a race. And we'll get Will on board here in a second.
Absolutely.
We're into the studio, Will. What a race. Absolutely fantastic. Unbelievable. Some Monicas happening here and there. And let's see. Who did we have in P1?
Some absolutely brutal late race drama with those fuel numbers. You know,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we've seen it time and time again with this league. You know, it's in theory, it's an amount of fuel that is easy enough to do on one stop, but people want to cut it close. You know, those seconds matter, and apparently on a few cases they cut it more than too close.
Well, congratulations to the two winners. Why don't we go right to them? Jacob Cunningham, easy peasy, nothing really crazy happening, but you did have to fight for that pole position in GT4s. Tell us a little bit about your qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like at Monza, you know, the smaller Cayman felt like it was always going to struggle a little bit for outright pace. But as you start putting laps down, you realize that it's just light and slippery enough that it's got some get up to it still. So I was just pretty happy, focused on getting a good lap together, which I finally did on my last lap. And yeah, it was really nice having more people show up this week.
Well, we can tell you from the stream side, it's been absolutely fantastic. Really enjoying it. So love to see that. Congratulations on the win. Fortunately for you, lots of battles behind. Jose,
Yeah,
thank you.
Very lucky with that.
Yeah, and going to the other winner, Will, why don't you take it?
So Cody, I mean, similar story for you. It looked like it was a pretty straightforward, just pole position, run to the flag. Was there really anything that came up, or was it as easy as it looked?
No, I had no problems whatsoever. I mean, the first few laps, turn one's always sketchy at Monza, no matter where you are, but I got a good jump once the pace car in. I just took off, and that gave me a good jump and gap to Joel and the other guys behind. But yeah, I was just kind of trying to keep it together the first few laps so I could get the tires warm. And there was a point, Joel was like reeling me in quite a bit and was about a second behind me. And I knew like him and I think Alex, but they were both in the Aston. They were both really quick in practice and qualifying too. So, yeah, that was stressing me a little bit, but I was able to fortunately pull a little bit of a gap before we started catching GT4 traffic, and traffic worked out for me for the most part, and was able to get a good lap. And after that, I was just trying to keep it together the rest of the race. But yeah, it was a good time. We had a lot of guys in there tonight, and a lot of guys hanging out in boys chat too, which was cool. So it was a fun race.
Yeah, but
It looked really good.
Sorry, hinting towards the community that we're building here. Thanks, Cody. Absolutely fantastic. And just wanted to take a quick second kind of sidebar here. So Jose Guerra, who was racing in the GT4s, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
GT4s.
GT4, I believe.
P3, Jose, hop into the into our green room, and we'll pull you in here for an interview. I'd love to talk to you a little bit and tell the people what's up. If you don't know where it is if you just look down our voice channels, you'll see where it is, and we're kind of in there. We'll have to pull you into the stream room. But while Jose does that, we have our P2 battler from GT3s, Josh. You were under a lot of pressure there, Josh.
I mean, I didn't really feel a whole lot of pressure that race, to be honest. I just wanted to survive that first lap. Kind of got dicey there. People kind of took it up the inside, made it 3 wide, and inside outside. I was just trying to keep it chill. Stayed out of that incident ahead. Spun in the first chicane. I don't know what car it was. But then after that, I mean, I just had pace. I mean, I knew I had pace. I just couldn't get a good quality lap in, and just carried it on. I had some people behind me, battling, but I really just kept catching GT4s at the wrong time, and there was plenty of cars that I saw doing some less than smart moves, and I just took my time, and I think it paid off. Notice other cars had, I think, maybe too many incident points, had to pit at the end or drive through. I'm not really sure. Might have been fuel, but I don't really have an issue with fuel, so I don't really know how anyone got that wrong. But it was just
Josh, I got it right. How did it?
You know what I mean?
Josh, so matter of fact, I got it. How did these other people get it? I got it so right. How did you guys get it so wrong?
Mine's just not.
I could have gone like 2 more laps. That's how right I got it.
Same here. I overdid it because it was just. I mean, they're so easy to save, I guess, and if you were at all in a tow, that obviously was helping, but I think some cars were pushing a little too hard, and it showed. And I don't know. I kept it chill, and that's what got me P2 today. I mean, it was more survival than pace.
Oh, great job!
Yeah, thank you,
Mr. Nathan.
Yeah,
go ahead, Will. I was waiting for you to take over.
I was going to take Nathan Hutchinson. Sorry. Looked like you kind of had some good pace, but got caught up a little bit at the start and really spent a lot of time defending before you could kind of get into your own rhythm. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was kind of tricky at the beginning. I'm not really sure. I got caught up a couple times, had to make a couple sketchy dives, but made it work. And at the end, I think I got caught up a couple bad times with some traffic, just wrong time, and maybe it would have been able to get right up on Josh at the end, but hopefully next time we'll be able to get him. I probably won't have the pace anywhere else though, so we'll see.
I think that bumper you were missing was really helping you more than hurting you.
Yeah, no kidding.
He basically had DRS the whole time.
Right.
But you were flying through every straight. And yeah, you might have got me for that reason alone.
I commend the setup that I had.
Well,
that DRS.
Tell it to the post-race scouting.
Yeah.
I hope you have a fuel sample.
Nate, that was one of your better performances, right? I think I don't know. Have you ever had a P2 or P1?
I have not. No, that was probably my best. Just been taking a lot of time to practice on my own, and hopefully more of this is to come.
Absolutely fantastic. Anyone can do it. It's just a matter of practice. So great job. Congratulations, Nathan. Good job. And happy to see you up in the podium spot after a long time coming, I think. You've worked hard to try and get there, so well deserved. Going into the other podium position in the GT4s, Jose, welcome.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you doing? How was that race for you?
For me, it was a lot of fun. It's always fun to come from behind. I kind of messed up the qualifying on there. All my, I guess the times from the Discord to Central Time didn't match up, and I kind of missed the qualifying.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But hey, we can learn from our mistakes, and hopefully next week is going to be a little bit smoother for you. Jose,
Today was the testing out everything and checking out how the league is, and just first race, first mistakes, and we'll be better next time.
Excellent.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Will. Looked really good. Like your pace looked really good, and it looked like you were able to pretty effectively move through when you needed to.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Everybody was pretty respectful and kind of gave way if they were kind of lost track or got off track or something.
Awesome. Jose, I did want to go into a bit of a sidebar. So one of the cool things that has recently happened is that we had the Sim Gaming Expo out in Chicago just a couple of months ago now. Wow, it feels I already have to say a couple of months, which was absolutely fantastic. Got the pleasure of meeting you in person, and some of the others got to meet Barry Sessoms, aka Killer Beej, in chat. Got to meet Chris as well, and some other folks from the Trackless community. Well, why don't you tell people a little bit about what happened at the Sim Gaming Expo and what was your favorite part of it?
Yeah, well, my favorite part was just racing with all the guys on the stage. All the guys that you see on Twitch and all the guys you play with, daily or sometimes, and it's just fun to finally see a lot of people in person. Some of the guys I've met, before, because I travel a lot for work. So anytime I go into a state, I try to meet up with some of the Twitch guys. And so like Travis and some of the other guys I've met, before. So it was cool to see them again. But everything was fun about the whole thing.
Well, awesome. Mike Pico as well, another one of the folks, a Chicago area native, so it was fun to hang out with him. Well, folks, an absolutely fantastic grid, an absolutely fantastic race. Will, you and I have some things to figure out with the stream situation. My computer not doing so well. Your computer not doing so well. The event was just so great that our computers couldn't handle it. But regardless, was such a fantastic race and a joy to watch. And hopefully everybody at home enjoyed it as well. We are done for the day, but we'll be back streaming. We have more racing tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but we'll be back with more LMU on Fridays. We'll be back next week for some more GT3, GT4 mixed class here in iRacing, but back streaming on Monday in ACC, streaming on Wednesday with more ACC, and then Tuesdays and Fridays with LMU, and Thursday with iRacing. Hello, Mad Mike and Hammer Shot. Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. The replay will be up shortly, so you guys can watch the awesome race that was had. With that being said, we are gonna shoot this over to Raid, the Charles Wimbley, who's been with us before, a super fast oval racing guy, and hopefully we can convince him to come do some more lefts and rights with us in the future. Will, I'll let you close it off.
All right. Thank you all for everybody that came out tonight, and have a good night. We'll see ya.